He was betrayed twice, first in the game, then by life itself. For 5 years, Jaehyun dedicated everything to a virtual reality game called Warlord. It wasn't just a game to him, it was his career, his future, and the only place where he was ever respected. He fought beside the same people for years, trusted them, protected them. Then, at the moment they had everything to gain, they stabbed him in the back. Not metaphorically, literally. The people he called family sold him out for money, surrounded him with enemies, and watched him die while smiling at his downfall. In a single day, he lost his guild, his friends, his future, and the only world where he belonged. He was consumed by rage, but he couldn't do anything since he was banned from the game. Coming out of his VR pot, he tried to meet them in real life, but before he could make them pay, tragedy struck. On his way to hunt down the people who ruined his life, he was hit by Truck-kun and was killed. That should have been the end of his story. Instead, he opened his eyes inside Warlord once again. But something was wrong. The game had somehow gone back in time. 5 years of history had vanished. Legendary players had not yet risen. Major events had not yet happened. And the people who betrayed him had no idea what was waiting for them. Armed with 5 years of future knowledge, the experience of a top-ranked player, and a hatred that refuses to die, Jaehyun is given a second chance. The manhwa starts in a forest. It was a VR game. A notification appeared. In Game World Berry Forest. A man was covered in wounds, bleeding and breathing heavily. Shit. What can I do? The scene zoomed out. 3 of his companions lay unconscious while he knelt over them. Countless assassins surrounded them, along with a woman sitting on a chair. One of the men spoke. Even after all this effort, he still has not shown up. What should we do? She did not answer right away. With a menacing expression, she finally spoke. Kill them. One of the muscular assassins charged forward, aiming for his head. The axe was only inches away from his face. Then a man with white hair moved at an unbelievable speed. He appeared in front of the wounded man and cut the muscular assassin down with a single slash. The injured men were relieved to see their friend. Jaehyun. The assassins shouted as sweat poured down their faces. It's Jaehyun. Get him. If we all rush him together, we can beat him. Jaehyun glared at them. In the same instant, he cut down several of them. He landed gracefully. You think coming at me all at once will make a difference? He smiled, his face covered in blood. Just accept it. You guys do not stand a chance against me. Herkon. Real name On Jaehyun. Affiliation Haho Mask. Nickname Hero Slayer. One of the injured men spoke. I am sorry, Jaehyun. This is all because of us. We never thought those bastards would actually be lying in ambush here. Jaehyun sheathed his sword. No. Why the hell are you apologizing? He held out his hand. It's fine. Just get up already. His friends started crying. Oh my God, Jaehyun. Jaehyun continued. Besides, it was not even our fault, was it? He looked at the woman. Blame that pathetic loser who is always lagging behind because she lacks the skills. Jaehyun smirked. Am I right, dumbass? She simply smiled without saying a word. Then she stood up. What a touching friendship. Why are you acting so sentimental, though? She walked forward with 2 of her companions. Even if trash bands together, nothing will come of it. Her name was Seer. Real name Chae Solian. Affiliation Thunder Hunters. Nickname Queen of Thunder? Jaehyun replied. Is that so? Then who is the one grinding her teeth every time she sees me and always loses to the so-called trash? Huh? Watch your mouth. Do not regret this and cry about it later. Grabbing his watch, he scoffed. The fuck do you mean regret? He chanted. Slot on. A mask materialized over his face. A sword formed in his hand. Armor covered his body, making him look majestic. Regret is only for the weak. Someone just like you. Her composure finally broke. You arrogant bastard. Kill him. He smiled. Kill him? Do you never learn? You will never be able to kill me. Suddenly, he was stabbed through the back. He looked down. Huh, what the fuck? He could not believe it. The ones who stabbed him were his own friends. Multiple notifications appeared. HP is rapidly decreasing. Movement is restricted. HP is rapidly decreasing. Movement is restricted. HP is rapidly decreasing. Movement is restricted. He collapsed to the ground, barely able to speak. What is the meaning of this? One of his friends replied. Sorry for deceiving you, Jaehyun. We all have to make a living. Do not hate me for this. Jaehyun was stunned. What? Che burst into maniacal laughter. Wiping away her tears, she mocked him. Wow, you are so stupid. She walked towards him. You really got caught up in your little friendship fantasy? As if that matters in front of money. Calling him by his real name, she sneered. Hercon, I am going to remove you from this game. She looked down at him. If I kill you like this every time you log in, even you will never be able to make any progress. Oh, right. You are a full-time warlord gamer, aren't you? Didn't you say you were a worthless piece of trash with nothing going for you except this game? With a wicked smile, she continued. Too bad for you. You are going to become trash all over again, just like the trash you used to be. Hercon clenched the ground beneath him. Then he lunged toward Che. Shut that fucking mouth of yours. Suddenly, blood splattered everywhere. Hercon and Che stared at each other. Hercon had been stabbed from 4 different directions by 4 different swords. The ones holding them were 4 of his own friends. Che smiled. Oh my. Thank you, everyone. Hercon trembled. You guys. Why? You know how much I gave for our guild, right? One of his friends answered. Jae-yoon, just die already. Why do you have so much HP? They are offering us millions just to kill you. What did you expect us to do? Hercon gritted his teeth. Just because of money? Do you even know how much I did for all of you? He looked at them and thought, didn't you say we were a family? As his eyes slowly closed, the last thing he saw was his friends grinning while Che smiled. Damn it. Multiple notifications appeared. Died. Died. Warning. Warning. You have died. Penalty. Cannot log in for 48 hours. He suddenly opened his eyes in the real world. His VR equipment popped open. He got up. His room was filled with trash, and he was breathing heavily. Fuck. I lost everything. The scene shifted to the game logo. Warlord. The game Warlord became a massive global hit. A live stream showed players fighting a gigantic red dragon. The chat was going crazy. It is a game based on AI-driven virtual reality that earns unimaginable amounts of real money. And that world was the only thing I was ever good at. In real life, I was always called trash. He remembered the day he first met his friends. Whoa. What is your level? You are amazing at this game. Want to form a guild with me? It was the only place where I truly belonged. Faced with a desperate situation, he grabbed his coat, slipped on his sandals, and ran through the streets. I am going to find them and kill them all. He called his friend's number, Dongsu, while thinking, what the hell did I go through all that hardship for? Just so those bastards could live a good life without me. The traffic signal turned red for pedestrians. A truck came speeding toward him. For the first time, we clearly saw his face illuminated by the headlights. He was crying. Fuck, if only I had known things would end like this. I would have never cared about anyone else from the beginning. Boom! He was hit and landed in a pool of blood, surrounded by trash. Oh my God, someone got hit. The number you have dialed is unavailable. Please try again later. Fuck, of all things, I had to get hit by a garbage truck. No, I cannot die now. I will not die. Those traitorous bastards, that whore who screwed me over. I have to. I need to take revenge on every single one of them. Then something strange happened. It looked like space itself was cracking apart, connecting. User verification in progress. Welcome. Username. Hercan. His hair turned white again as he opened his eyes. A notification appeared. Complete the tutorial. Survive against the Labyrinth's master Minotaur. A giant monster stood there holding an axe. People lay dead around its feet. Is this Warlord? A tutorial quest? What the hell is this? What is going on? Someone shouted. Hey, newbie, stop spacing out and pull yourself together. You saw the alert, didn't you? We have to take that thing down. The giant let out a deafening screech. Looks like they made it impossible to defeat that monster alone. All 3 of us will probably have to take it down together. Someone has to tank its attacks. Hercon spoke in a cold voice. The tutorial boss. Minotaur? Wasn't that thing removed 5 years ago because of difficulty issues? One of the men turned around. Huh? 5 years ago? What are you talking about? This game Warlord was released only 10 months ago. Hercon's face remained expressionless. Is that so? 10 months ago? He slowly stood up. Oh, I see. It's only been 10 months. What is wrong with this guy? Anyway, get it together. When I give the signal, you go out and Hercan ignored them. He picked up a sword and started walking forward. The 2 men called out, Where are you going? Then Hercan suddenly broke into a sprint. Hey, are you fucking insane? He dashed straight toward the Minotaur. The Minotaur noticed him and swung its axe. Huracan easily dodged the attack. In an instant, he sliced the Minotaur into countless pieces. The Minotaur crumbled to the ground. The two men stared in disbelief. What the fuck? He took down a Minotaur in one hit? They exchanged glances before calling out to him. Hey. Huracan looked back with a cold expression. One of them held out his hand. You have some serious talent. I do not usually say stuff like this, but do you want to start a guild together? A memory flashed through Huracan's mind. He stared at him in silence. Then he stood up. Just a moment ago, I made a decision. A decision? What was that? Suddenly, both of them were cut in half. Blood sprayed through the air. As it rained around him, he gritted his teeth. I will never trust anyone again in this life. Then I will just be a dog. The scene shifted to Huracan coming out of the VR pod. He looked around in surprise. This place is a V-Gear store? Countless people surrounded him, along with rows of VR pods. Now that I think about it, I was broke 5 years ago, so I used to play games on the showroom devices in these stores. Have I actually regressed? If so, I have things to do. He tossed the helmet aside and pushed through the crowd. I have 5 years' worth of future knowledge and experience. If I use it, I can definitely get my revenge. The receptionist noticed him. It was Huracan. He rushed over, handed her his card, and said, I want the base model V-Gear, please, she smiled. Oh, sure. Let me help you with that. Huracan grinned. What should I do first? I should start by leveling up. Sir. She snapped him out of his thoughts. You do not have enough funds. He froze. Fuck, I forgot about that. His excitement instantly disappeared. If I had the money for it, I would have bought one already. Why else would I be gaming here? What should I do? Earn some money first, but then I will be too late. A familiar voice suddenly echoed nearby. What are you waiting for? He turned toward it. It was Che. She was starring in an advertisement. The strong never fear a challenge. Hesitation is a luxury you cannot afford in battle. Become an overlord of war. Warlord model ranking number 1. Queen of Thunder. Seer. Play now. Warlord. Huracan stood there in silence. Her words echoed in his mind. You are back to being trash again. He turned away. Yeah, I do not have time to waste. The scene shifted to his house. Inside was a brand new V-Gear. The technician finished the installation. The V-Gear installation is complete. You can start using it immediately. I will be going now. Huracan nodded. All right, thank you. He looked down at his hands. A golden ticket rested in his palm. The fastest way I could earn money was this, a same-day lending ticket. A few hours earlier, Huracan had been speaking with someone. So you need 10 million won? Of course. We can lend you that. The man reached into his pocket while Huracan grabbed the ticket. But there is something very important we need to do first. Without warning, the man stabbed a knife between Huracan's fingers. Wearing a threatening smile, he spoke. If you cannot pay us back, I will make sure your life becomes a living hell. Huracan swallowed. Yeah, I know. Well, whatever. He put on his VR helmet. As the pod closed around him, a message appeared. Connecting. I will live in hell if that is what it takes to get my revenge. It will be worth it. Identifying user, confirmed. Huracan. Welcome to Warlord. His character materialized inside the game world. He looked around. It's been a while. She should be here soon. What was her name again? Ari. A beautiful voice called out. Congratulations on clearing the tutorial. A stunning blonde woman appeared wearing a majestic black dress. Her eyes were completely black with bright blue pupils. I am Ariadne. I am here to help you choose your career. Oh yeah, that's her. She extended her hand. Now then, adventurer. You must choose one of the basic classes. The skills you choose to learn here will determine the class you become. First is warrior. They fight on the front lines using melee weapons. I recommend this class if you enjoy exciting action. Huracan thought to himself, a warrior. I could level up quickly since I have already mastered it in my previous life. But it becomes much harder to play solo later on, he answered. I will pass. Then the second class is cleric. They use healing magic to buff and heal others. Before she could finish, Huracan interrupted her. I will pass. He frowned. I am not going to spend my time looking after other people's asses. Ariadne smiled. Then that only leaves one. Please enjoy your adventure. Magic gathered in her hands before flowing into Huracan. A notification appeared. You have chosen a basic class. traveling to the corresponding class tower. His surroundings changed. He appeared inside a massive library. High above him, an old man sat on top of a giant book. Welcome, youngster seeking knowledge. I am Gulko, the guide to the path of magic. Mage class NPC, Gulko. So what type of magic do you wish to learn? Tell me whichever. Hercon cut him off. Dark magic. Both of them froze. The old man looked flustered. Did you say dirt magic? No. I think you meant earth magic. Please understand. My hearing is not what it used to be. Hercon interrupted him again. No, I wish to learn dark magic. Gulko stared at him in shock. Where did you learn about this? Dark magic is incredibly powerful, but it always brings its user to ruin. Hercon smiled. I am well aware. I know the risk, so please teach me. It has to be dark magic. Gulko began trembling. How can this be? Suddenly he peeled the skin from his face. Oh, this will go very smoothly. His voice became cold and ominous. It's been a while since a brat chose this path. A book appeared in front of Hercon. Gulko continued. If you are truly prepared, then place your hand upon that skill book. Hercon hesitated for a moment. Gulko smirked. Looks like you were not ready after all. This path is too difficult for punks like you. Hercon suddenly placed his hand on the book. Let's get moving. Sorry to disappoint you, but I am not one of those punks. Gulko burst into laughter. The book exploded with dark magic. The energy rushed straight into Hercon's eyes. What an interesting one. It's been so long. As the darkness flowed through his body, Hercon remembered something. There was a famous video in my previous life of a single necromancer player defeating a boss all alone with a massive undead army. He clenched his fist. Right now. I need power like that. A notification appeared. You have now become a necromancer. Title: Necromancer Initiate. You have learned the skill Skeleton Fragment. Hercon smirked. Skeleton Fragment. A skeleton head appeared in his hand, surrounded by dark magic. He dropped it onto the floor. A notification appeared. A skeleton warrior consumes mana to take form. The skeleton head slowly grew a spine. Then the rest of the bones of the human body formed one by one. Hercon smiled as he watched it take shape. The skeleton glowed with dark magic. In this life, I will be a necromancer. Hercon turned around. All right, now it is time to level up. Where is the training dungeon? A strange sound came from behind him. He turned around. The skeleton's head was rolling across the floor. He stood there completely speechless. A portal opened in a dungeon. Hercon stepped out. What was that? Notification. You have entered the beginner training dungeon. This doesn't feel like the laid-back kind of skeleton that I used to see in my previous life. What's going on? Open skill window. A detailed window popped open. Skeleton Fragment. Proficiency F. Currently summon able skeleton warrior. Usage. Allows the user to create a skeleton fragment. When magic is infused into the created skeleton fragment, the user may command a skeleton minion. He leaned closer. Is this because my proficiency is low? I need to level up quickly. A noise caught his attention. Oh, it's these guys. They appeared at the perfect time. Notification. Training monster Coal Wolf. Hercon smiled. Coal Wolves. They aren't strong, but they're quick, which makes them perfect for performance testing. He chanted. Skeleton Fragment. The skull started materializing in his hand. He tossed it toward the wolves. It was engulfed in magic and completely materialized into a human skeleton. The skeleton warrior detects an enemy and enters a combat stance. He screamed at the wolves. Kill them. Hearing his master's order, the skeleton charged forward. Hercon was a little happy. It performs better than I expected. At this rate, it'll reach max level in no time. The three wolves also charged toward the skeleton. In an instant, the skeleton was broken into multiple pieces. Hercon was speechless. The head rolled over to his feet. The skeleton was crying. Hercon was disgusted and annoyed. What the hell? Wait, what? Something's off here. Skill window. He clicked the Show More button. The summoned creature is equipped with a deep learning system and learns from combat. The user may set a default mode. Number 1, defense mode. Number 2, attack mode. Number 3, special action mode. Hercon took a breath of relief. So that's why it is so weak. I didn't set a mode. Select number 1, defense mode. The skeleton's head started glowing, but nothing happened. The wolves were chewing on its bones. Hurkan was sweating. No, no way. This can't be it. Number 3, Special Action Mode, Notification. The skeleton warrior has begun dancing wildly. Because of that effect, even the wolves started dancing. Tears rolled down his face. I'm fucked. He remembered Gulko's words. This is not made for punks. The scene shifted to Hurkan shaking his leg in anxiety. I'm gonna go crazy, reading the notification. Character cannot be deleted. Accounts less than 3 months old cannot delete characters. Hurkan was sitting on the dead wolves, completely devastated, while the skeleton was trying out some moves. I can't even delete this character. I can't change classes either. Loan payments start next month. Maybe I should just go and get hit by a car again. Why doesn't anything go right for me? And just when I thought things were finally looking good. This dumb bonehead isn't even any help either, Hurkan shouted. You're driving me nuts. Just stay still. How did the necromancer I saw in my previous life handle guys like you? Suddenly, he realized something. He thought back to the moment when he read the skeleton description. It learns from combat? He remembered. When I killed those coal wolves, it was watching me and learning from me. Hurkan was still hesitant, but he smiled. Hey, take this. He gave him a wooden stick. Hurkan stood up. You're lucky to have a master like me. I don't look like it, but people called me a training genius. I even coached all my guild members into becoming top rankers. Just remember one thing in combat. The skeleton was confused. Hurkan threw a punch. If you don't dodge, you're dead. It was a direct hit. The skeleton was tossed a few feet backward. Again. Come on, dodge. Hurkan knocked its head off its body. After it regenerated, it got hit backward again. Hurkan said, If you get hit, don't just stand there like an idiot. Think of a follow-up attack. Look for an opening after you dodge, then strike back. Got it? The skeleton nodded in approval. Then the scene shifted to him taking a stance. In front of him were 2 coal wolves. One wolf attacked his head. He dodged it, then struck the wolf in the neck. At the same moment, he hit the second wolf in the gut. Both wolves were defeated as Hurkan watched. The skeleton turned, hoping to be praised. Hurkan said, What are you looking at? Didn't I tell you not to get distracted during battle? Well, he smiled. Your last move wasn't bad. Both him and the skeleton were glowing with golden light. The notification appeared 3 times. The proficiency of skeleton fragment is increasing. Player level has increased. Hurkan smiled. You pass. The scene shifted to beginner village Fegus Castle. As Hurkan walked through the crowd, he heard. Guild members wanted for a guild that's like a family. Looking for a raid party for the forest spider. He paid no attention to them. The skeleton was actually worth teaching. With a few more days of grinding, he'll be able to solo the whole training dungeon. Now the real challenge starts. First, I need to reach level 10. He accidentally bumped into someone. Hey, he was suddenly pulled back. A fat man was enraged. Don't you think you should apologize if you bump into someone's shoulder? His subordinate cheered him on. That's right, boss. Hurkan's expression was emotionless as he thought. What the? These guys look like third-rate thugs. Every second of mine counts. Should I just kill them? The fat man threw a punch and shouted. What kind of person sighs in the middle of a conversation? The punch was stopped by another man. He took off his glasses. Just because a man sighed, that doesn't mean you should go around hitting people, mister. The fat man was angry. Who are you? Are you with him? The big guy replied. Well, not exactly. On the other hand, Hurkan was worried. This guy is those muscles and that weird fashion. I am certain of it. That guy is Mathador, the top-ranked warrior in my previous life. What the hell is he doing here, though? Hurkan tried to speak. Wait. All of a sudden, the fat man spat on the ground, filled with rage. Mister, stay out of this if you don't know this guy. He hit me first. Don't you know the saying, an eye for an eye? Mathador looked annoyed. Ah, I see. He suddenly released a tremendous amount of magic. The fat man was terrified. Hurkan was also overwhelmed. Mathador smiled. Well then, since you just hit my palm with your fist, with an intimidating aura, he said, I should do the same, right? An eye for an eye. His subordinate said, Sir, that guy is Mathador. He's the guild master of Red Bulls, one of the top 30 guilds. Additionally, he's known for how much he loves to fight. That's Mathador Killer Shev. The fat man stepped back. What? Why would someone of that caliber be in this area? Matador grabbed his shoulder. So what's your response now? The fat man turned around with a completely blank expression, then ran away shouting, I'm sorry. Ha ha ha. I'm glad we were able to resolve it with words. Matador tapped Hyrcan's back. Hey, are you all right? Don't mind guys like him. Hyrcan turned around. You don't need to help me from now on. I can manage on my own. As Hyrcan walked away, Matador was speechless. Man, what a cold guy. As Hyrcan quickly walked away, his hands were trembling. He thought, damn it. At that moment, I was intimidated by his power. He clenched his fist. But the next time we meet, I will be a completely different person. The scene shifted inside a dungeon. Hyrcan was sitting on a rock, deep in thought. I really felt the gap between us in power. Shiru and Shev are on similar skill levels. In order to get revenge, I need to become stronger. A giant tiger-like monster appeared behind Hyrcan, but he was unfazed. The skeleton charged in with a stick, killing it in an instant notification. The skeleton warrior has hunted the coal tiger. Level up. Hyrcan stood up. 3 days to reach level 10. That took longer than I expected. Hearing that, the skeleton became depressed. Congratulations. You have reached level 10. There are no more monsters in this training dungeon. Your beginner symbol has been removed. Rewards transferring. Hyrcan was delighted. Finally. The War Watch. Stats. Quests. The map. The inventory. As well as the messenger. They are all features set up in the game. I haven't felt this feeling in a while. Status window. Status. Hyrcan. Level 10. Class Necromancer. Title 1. Stats. Strength 3. Stamina 3. Intelligence 5. Mana 5. As expected. My stats have been renewed. Fuck. I had a little hope that my old status would still remain. Please spend your stat points. Spend your points in one of these. My first time spending stat points. I better be wise about this. A necromancer would usually raise mana or intelligence. However, Hyrcan smiled. He put all his points into strength. He started glowing with golden energy. Strength has increased by 50. Total strength stat 53. I already feel a lot stronger. The skeleton was shocked and started crying. Hyrcan got angry and hit him on the head. I didn't give up on being a necromancer, you idiot. I'm trying to teach you. Even if I raise my mana and intelligence right now, it won't have a big impact on my plays. In contrast, if I raise my strength, I can teach you all the skills from when I was at my strongest. I am betting my life on your growth right now. The skeleton was moved to tears after hearing those words. Hyrcan looked annoyed. Anyways, you just need to focus on your training. After all, there are other ways to compensate for lacking stats. The scene shifted to Raiders Association, Fegas Castle branch. Someone shouted while holding up a card. It's a fresh new quest. Hyrcan walked in and saw people fighting over the quest. That's mine. As if. It's been here since yesterday, Hyrcan thought. Quests around this time are not that good, but everyone's so enthusiastic. Maybe because they're newbies. He walked up to the counter. I want a quest too. Could I take a look at the list? The clerk replied. Sure, but all the ones here have pretty difficult tasks. No one really wants them. Looks like you have confidence. He leaned down. They're all pretty crappy for sure. Hyrcan smiled. However, this is where my hidden card is. Found it. The card showed a picture of the task with details written below it. Bima Mountain's cave. Eliminate all monsters near Bima Mountain. Reward 10 gold. The man questioned him. Are you sure? It's a low-level quest that's only worth 10 gold. Notification. You have received a new quest. Hyrcan smiled. If I clear this boring-looking quest before hitting level 15, I can get a super rare title called Prospect. What's good about that, you ask? Earning a title raises your stats. Amateur mage. Underestimated by the coal wolves. Novice potion maker. And this Prospect title in particular raises your stats by a percentage. Hyrcan had an evil smile on his face. In other words, it will kick-start my overpowered character career. Now then. Let's start with equipment. The scene shifted to Bima Mountain. Hyrcan had a completely stoic expression. He was wearing a clown outfit. He stood so still in disbelief that a couple of birds landed on him. Fuck this. I didn't have enough money after getting the skeleton his equipment, so I just bought what I could. Only to end up like this, filled with determination, he said. Well, I'll just have to speedrun the quest and get some clothes first. He started running. I'll get it done as fast as possible. Somewhere near a bush, a bloody hand burst out. It was a human begging for help. Someone, please help me. Then he was dragged back behind the bush. Some people were laughing. Someone shouted. Finally, it was a man covered in armor. Multi, will start my adventure at Bhima Mountain. He smiled. I am already level 2. I feel like I am pretty good at this game. Just what should I do? I might become a ranker at this rate. Someone suddenly shouted, Someone help, please. My friend is hurt. Please help us. He quickly ran toward them. What happened? We were attacked by a monster we have never seen before. We barely managed to escape. We do not have any healing potions, Multi said. I have a few. Please wait. The other man started crying. Thank you. Thank you so much. We will surely repay you. At that very moment, a man appeared behind him carrying a huge hammer. It was a direct hit. Multi was covered in blood and stood there in confusion. The man who hit him was part of the acting duo behind the Get Help scam. We will make sure to use these items to their fullest. Paralyzed by the game mechanics, he spoke. You tricked me. You coward bastards. As he landed the killing blow, the man said, Hey now. Why are you saying such mean things? You were the idiot for falling for a trick like that. Notification. Player Multi has died. Player's watch has been dropped. Multi's character began disappearing as his watch fell to the ground. His friends laughed. I am telling you, messing around with newbie bastards is always fun. Did you see his reaction just now? Okay then, friends. He turned around with a malevolent expression. Let's find our next prey. He already had 4 other watches on his arm. Ralph family. Villain PK guild. We switch back to Hurkan. The skeleton took a stance. 2 wolves charged forward. Hurkan snapped his fingers. Attack mode. The skeleton dashed forward at incredible speed and easily cut down both wolves. 3 notifications appeared. Skeleton warrior has hunted an ancient tree wolf. Experience plus 379. The skeleton continued cutting down more and more wolves with ease. Hurkan watched. Now that he has a sword, a pack of wolves is nothing to him. He smiled. Yeah, it was the right decision to get equipment for the skeleton first. Tears ran down his face as he thought. A true gamer cares more about utility than looks. The skeleton looked sad, my poor owner. Hurkan got angry. Hey, what are you thinking? If you were done, then follow me. We need to level up quickly so we can clear this area. The skeleton quickly ran to catch up with Hurkan. Suddenly, a flash appeared in the distance. The skeleton was struck directly in the head by an arrow. Hurkan was shocked. An arrow. Oh, sorry. From far away, it looked like a monster. It was the same guys who pulled the Get Help scam. I am so sorry, Hurkan replied. It's okay. But his attention shifted elsewhere. He noticed the blood-covered watches and the hammer with a blood-stained handle. Hurkan became serious. Would you look at that? Then he changed his expression. I will forgive you if you compensate me with some mana potions. Well, we do not have any potions either. What should we do? You automatically recover your mana when you level up. Can we help you with that instead? Hurkan asked. Are you sure you are willing to do that? Of course. Of course. It's our fault, right? We should at least do that. Suddenly, several tree wolves appeared. Looks like the monsters showed up at the perfect time. We will weaken them, so just finish them off, Hurkan replied. All right. As the 3 of them charged forward, one of them spoke. You all remember what to do, right? Of course we do. First, after taking the monster's aggro, I will cast an attack buff on them and send one toward him while pretending it was a mistake. They imagined how he would react. That flustered bastard will die instantly. Seeing the wolf charging toward Hurkan, they all smiled. Their smiles disappeared in an instant. The skeleton killed the wolf immediately, Hurkan said. That could have been bad. Why can't you move any faster than that? Hurkan gave them a thumbs up. The skeleton gave them a thumbs down. We're doing great. Please continue. The 3 men were confused. The hell? Why is his summon so strong? Is his level higher than it looks? In that case, let's send multiple monsters at him at the same time. A man appeared behind Hurkan. Looks like it went as planned. He got distracted. He pulled his arm back and swung his hammer. Hurkan dodged it effortlessly. The man was speechless. What? How did he? Hurkan turned around and slashed through his entire body, including the hammer. His 2 friends were left flabbergasted as they watched him die. Hurkan called the skeleton and pointed at the other 2. Both of them charged straight at the terrified men. Wait. Let's talk. Let's talk this out. Before they could finish speaking, both of them were cut down by Hercon and the skeleton. As their bodies hit the ground, Hercon spoke. I know bastards like you very well. Walking toward them, he continued. You backstab people who trust you and take everything they have. If I were the old me, your tactic would have worked. One of the men was still alive. Wait, I will give you all my items. I am sorry. Please let me live. Hercon raised his sword. I do not trust people anymore. He sliced the man's head off. Notification. Player Ralph has died. 8 ownerless watches have dropped. Hercon was shocked. Unbelievable. 8 watches. These bastards were insane. Then a mischievous grin appeared on his face. Now that things have turned out like this, I will make good use of them. I will start with my clothes first. On the other hand, the skeleton was still beating the first guy. My precious skeleton. Would you like something for yourself? The skeleton happily turned towards him. Hercon healed the skeleton. As the wound completely disappeared, he smiled. There we go. The skeleton was delighted. He was wearing brand new equipment. The skeleton started singing with happiness. Hercon asked, You like it that much? Appearance is not important when you are playing a game. What matters is what is inside. Meanwhile, Hercon was wearing a completely new outfit and looked refreshed. Their war watches were total jackpots. By selling another player's war watch, a random item from their inventory is dropped. It could be anything, even rare items with special options. His black goblin pants gave him mana +5 and intelligence +5. The sword with the essence of an ancient tree gave him mana +10. I also got a skill book, Demon's Curse, and I got so much money. Now this is what you call a jackpot. Something slowly began materializing in his hand. Thanks to all those items, I was able to make this much sooner than expected. It was a mask. I am going to start recording my gameplay, and creating a strong identity for that is important. Suddenly, he remembered something from the past. I am telling you, creating an identity is important. Everyone in the guild wearing a ha-ho mask will make us go viral. The unknown man replied. All right, then let's name our guild ha-ho mask. Young Hercon was overjoyed to hear that. Back in the present, his expression became slightly gloomy. However, I did not want other people to steal my things. He infused the mask with his magic. It transformed into a completely different mask. He gritted his teeth. I will use this to prove that I was right. He put on the mask. Let's go. Skeleton. The scene shifts to Bima Mountain Cave Dungeon. Hercon and the skeleton stepped out of a portal. As they walked, Hercon thought, I think blue werewolves appear in this cave dungeon. It is not an easy dungeon, but now that I have better equipment, it should be manageable. He smiled. Let's aim for a 10-minute run. Let's go. A few hours later, Hercon stood there in disbelief. Why are there no monsters? This is crazy. There should have been a message if someone had already cleared this dungeon. Could it be a bug? The skeleton was repeatedly attacking a wall. Hercon frowned. What are you doing? Suddenly, something caught his attention. Wait. A purple portal appeared where the skeleton had first struck. A Hercon reached out and touched it. The portal expanded the moment he made contact. Notification. You have discovered the instant dungeon the stage. Would you like to enter? Hercon let out a sigh of relief. No wonder there are no monsters here. Instant dungeons are one-time dungeons that randomly appear inside other dungeons. When they appear, the normal dungeon becomes inactive until the instant dungeon is cleared. They are much more difficult than normal dungeons, but they also offer far greater rewards. But the problem is simple. You either clear the dungeon or you die inside it. Rationally speaking, I should give this up. I will not be able to play for 2 days if I die. It would be better to leave and complete other quests instead. But he glanced back at the portal. Notification. You have entered the stage. Hercon and the skeleton walked through the portal. Whatever. I just need to clear it. A blinding light surrounded them. They found themselves inside the ruins of a massive arena. Is this a coliseum? This is kind of scary. I wonder what is going to come out. Suddenly, the ground began shaking violently. A giant 20-foot monster appeared before them. It let out a terrifying screech. Corrupted werewolf. Level? Hercon stared in disbelief. A corrupted monster. Why is it in a place like this? Before he could finish speaking, the werewolf's claws were already right in front of his face. Hercon was sent flying 30 feet away. His body slammed into a wall. The skeleton looked confused before taking a fighting stance. Huracan smiled, then he suddenly burst into laughter. The skeleton looked even more confused. Why am I so lucky today? Corrupted monsters are connected to the main quest. Hey, skeleton, if we do not kill it, there is no dinner today. He grabbed his sword and charged forward. The skeleton instantly locked in after hearing there would be no dinner. Huracan jumped onto the skeleton's sword. The skeleton launched him at least 30 feet into the air. The werewolf charged straight at him. Huracan chanted as he swung his sword, inflict curse, demon's curse. His entire sword began glowing blue and purple. The werewolf suddenly stopped. Its entire arm had been sliced clean off. It cried out in pain as it grabbed its severed arm. Notification. Activating the skill demon's curse. The stats of the target will be reduced by 10%. Demon's curse is not bad for my first time using it. The purple curse slowly faded away. Red energy erupted from the werewolf. It charged toward Huracan while its entire arm regenerated at the same time. Notification. The corrupted werewolf is enraged. All status effects are nullified. Huracan remained unfazed. He placed his sword back. I guess it would not be an instant dungeon if it were this easy. I was saving this for later, but I guess I can try it out now. Slot on. Black energy erupted from the watch and engulfed Huracan. A blinding light burst outward. Huracan emerged wearing black armor, and his energy turned black and blue. All right, let's do this. We get an explanation of what Slot On does. It is one of Warlord's unique features. When a player uses Slot On, they are temporarily empowered with strength drawn from the world of Warlord, manifesting a boosted form. This form varies greatly from player to player, which is why most users call it the ultimate mode. Huracan said, "Bring it on." The werewolf charged forward while Huracan stayed on guard. Huracan dodged the first hit, then the second, then the third, and finally the fourth. He landed a few feet away. The werewolf closed the distance in an instant and attacked again. Huracan dodged once more and retreated even farther, as expected of a boss monster. Its speed, its power, everything is overwhelming. If it lands 4 hits, no, even 3 hits, it will be game over for me. The wolf charged again. Huracan smiled, jumped upward, and slashed open its back. This is what makes the game fun, right? He suddenly began to fly. The reason was simple. The werewolf smashed the ground and launched Huracan into the air. Huracan stayed composed. Oh, that's right. He is in enraged mode. I totally forgot. The wolf stretched out its arm to grab him. Huracan looked down. Hey, aren't you forgetting something too? Suddenly, the skeleton leaped into the air and sliced off the werewolf's arm. Huracan shouted, "Skeleton, let's do the move we practiced." The skeleton nodded. The werewolf was completely stunned. Just moments later, both of them slashed through the werewolf and cut him into 20 pieces. Notification. You have hunted the werewolf. Deactivating Slot On. Not bad. A card appeared. Cave of Bhima Mountain completed. Notification. The skeleton warrior has defeated a very powerful monster. Skeleton fragment skill has risen to rank E. The skeleton was surprised. You earned 20865 gold. You obtained werewolf skull. You obtained werewolf hide. Huracan smiled as he looked through the notifications, but the skeleton looked even happier. The instance rewards really are juicy. You obtained Necklace of the Corrupted Tracker. Necklace of the Corrupted Tracker. Chronicle Unique. Increases class-related stats. All stats plus 18. Untradeable bound item. Equip requirement. Title Corrupted Tracker. Huracan was stunned. A Chronicle Unique. Even though it's untradeable, that's a higher tier than standard unique items. Hold on. Corrupted Tracker. Could it be? Notification. 3 new titles have been registered. Promising Rookie. Intelligence plus 3%. Magic plus 3%. Promising Rookie. That's the one I was aiming for originally. Challenger of Heroes. Stamina plus 3. So the Hero series shows up here too. Well, I did clear the instance dungeon solo, so it makes sense. The third one was Corrupted Tracker. That's the intro title for the first chapter of the main quest, Count Corruption. The main quest is the core storyline that forms the backbone of Warlord's universe. Because the rewards are extraordinary, every player wants to get involved somehow. It's Warlord's flagship content. In my previous life, I barely made it into the 4th chapter, and now I have already unlocked this. This isn't just luck. Huracan could not hide his excitement. I hit the jackpot, he said logout, back in the real world. Breaking news live. Hyora Guild is officially entering the final chapter of the Count Corruption scenario. Our goal is to complete it within 3 months. Hercon paused the video and started crying. Jackpot my ass. He started banging his head. Someone's already at the final chapter of Count Corruption. If I try jumping in now, I won't get anything at all. Damn, what a waste. Should I just give up this round and aim for the next chapter? Wait. His eyes widened. Maybe this is actually an opportunity for me. He quickly searched for something on his computer. Right now, the whole world is focused on Count Corruption with massive interest. It's the first main quest in Warlord, and it's on the verge of being cleared. What if a video related to Count Corruption got released right now? Hercon started laughing. The views would be insane, and so would the money. Good thing I recorded all my gameplay. I'll have it edited and upload it straight to WTube. He smiled. Editing is the key. I can't just leave it to anyone. Then I guess it has to be that person. The one who was called the god of editing in my previous life. The scene shifted to a cluttered room with a messy desk. A phone lit up with a notification. A woman picked it up. Her name was Filmmaker Romini. It was a message. Hercon. Dungeon clear video editing request. Hercon. Level 15. What kind of great video is a level 15 player going to make by clearing a dungeon? I bet it's just some rich newbie trying to show off on social media. Then something caught her attention. She suddenly stood up. I just found it. My muse. She was overjoyed. Romini. Freelance video editor. Nickname Hellmouth. The scene shifted to a skyline filled with towering skyscrapers. Inside one of them, a woman stood by the window. A man rushed in. Executive. Did you call for me? She replied. A video related to Count Corruption was just uploaded. She handed him the iPad. It's interesting. A level 15 player soloed the corrupted werewolf. He smiled. Oh, that video. Our team checked it too. But the corrupted werewolf was a low-level version, so there's no need to pay attention to it. She smiled. I like it. I want that. Bring it to me. She was Chae Soyeon, #1 in the business world rankings, Thunder Group's successor, Warlord nickname, Queen of Thunder, Seer. The scene shifted to Hercon. What the fuck? He was speechless. This many views when I just uploaded yesterday. The video had 6K views. He started laughing. It took me a couple of months to get this many views in my previous life. Another thing has changed. He received a message from Romani asking about the view count. He was surprised. Romani reached out to me first. Normally she never contacts people first because she's supposed to be a mysterious character. He replied, Yeah, I saw. Haha, isn't that crazy? That's just who I am. Of course it's because you provided such great source material. She even sent a sticker with roses. Hercon looked disgusted. I want to block her. She acts like an old creepy man. Anyhow, when can you get me the next video? He didn't reply. Instead, he climbed back into the pod. I wonder that too. I don't know what I should do for my next video. There's no way I'm going to find another monster like the corrupted werewolf again. That's why you need to start making videos when you're at least level 50. But what can I do? He pressed a button, connecting. As he entered the game, he thought, I need to strike while the iron is hot. Someone was watching the video. Hercon of Haho Mask, huh? It was Mathador wearing heavy armor. His movements are impressive no matter how many times I watch. He leaned closer. But he looks oddly familiar. I wonder if I've met him somewhere before. Someone asked, Who looks familiar? It was a stunning woman. Oh, it's you, Yell. Her name was Yell. Affiliation Red Bulls. I'm talking about Hercon from Haho Mask. He's been a hot topic recently, she replied. Him again. It would be stranger if he didn't look familiar after you've watched him so much. Oh, I guess you're right. He suddenly became serious, then turned into a happy child. This game makes you feel like you're moving in real life. So when you play for the first time, you tend to be timid with your movements. Yet that's not the case for him. And the way he trained his summon, it's on a completely different level from other necromancers. She looked completely annoyed, but he kept talking. Oh man, I wonder what it would feel like to fight him. He wouldn't reject a duel request, would he? She replied. Just stop already. She pushed him toward the door. Get back inside if you're just going to keep blabbering about useless topics. We're going live in 5 minutes. He looked shocked. What? Already. Then he winked at her. I always appreciate you. You know that, right? She replied. Is that so? If you do, then just perform well on today's live stream. Over 200,000 people have bought live tickets to watch you, to see the leader of the Red Bulls, and the man ranked 9th in Warlord, Mathador Shev. He stepped into the arena. The audience and the live chat exploded into excitement as he appeared and stood alongside his army. The dungeon gate will be spawning soon. A purple gate popped open. The portal will open in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He walked towards the gate. While smiling, he said, "All members, prepare to fight." The scene shifted to Raiders Association Fegus Castle branch. Hercon looked completely devastated. "It's not here. There are no quests here. I expected this to some degree. But how could there be absolutely no good quests? Damn you, beginner town. I guess I need to put making more videos on hold for now." The old man approached Hercan. "I knew it. You're the adventurer who cleared the cave of Bhima Mountain Dungeon." Hercan looked up. "Isn't he the guy from before?" "My name is Houghton. Do you have a moment?" Inside a room, Houghton spoke. "I have heard all about it. You found a mutant in the cave of Bhima Mountain." Hercan was confused. "What? I don't remember there being a quest like that. I did see a werewolf with strange eyes, though." Houghton turned. "Just as I thought. There's a high chance you encountered a monster that was exposed to the power of the Corrupt One." Hercan was visibly shaken. "The Corrupt One," Houghton continued. "We haven't figured out exactly who they are, but we know their power is driving monsters into a frenzy. Many have already fallen victim to them. That's why the Raiders Association has placed a bounty on." Before he could finish, Hercan grabbed his arm. With a sparkling expression, he said, "I would like to help capturing that lovely man. Evil man. He thought this is definitely a hidden quest. I can't let it go to waste." Houghton looked confused. "I think it's too early for you to go against them." Hercan interrupted him again. "It'll be fine. Pretty please." "Well, if that's the case, I will give you a chance. I know you have some skills. There is a person named Ahimbri at Banksu Castle, east of Fegus Castle." Hercan was surprised. Houghton continued. "He will be able to lead you further. I will write a letter of recommendation for you." A window popped up. Teachings of Ahimbri. Find Ahimbri and show him Houghton's letter of recommendation. Reward. Skill book. Hercan struggled to speak. Then he shouted. "Fucking yes." Everyone turned to look at him, Hercan thought. Is this real? Did I really just get a quest to become a Ahimbri student? One of the 7 disciples of the great mage Bokon is the NPC Ahimbri. All mages want to meet him because he provides the rarest skill books. In other words, he's an incredibly important NPC. He was overjoyed and started running. I probably got this opportunity because my Rising Star title overlapped with the Count Corruption main quest. If I do well, I won't ever have to worry about video material again. He suddenly stopped. Wait, I almost forgot there's something I need to take care of first. He headed deep into the forest. He chanted Skeleton Fragment, then tossed a skull onto the ground. As the skeleton began to materialize, he remembered something. Oh, right. I haven't checked the rewards for my last battle yet. First, I'll use the werewolf's skull that I didn't sell. Notification. Would you like to use a werewolf's skull to strengthen the skeleton warrior? Yes. The item materialized on Skeleton's head. The skeleton warrior has gained the traits of a werewolf. Toughness +2. Now for the necklace of the corrupted tracker. Equip. The effects of the necklace of the corrupted tracker will now be applied to you. All stats +18. Class-related stats have increased. Great. Now all the prep work is done. 2 more skulls appeared between his fingers. He chanted Skeleton Fragment, then tossed them behind the skeleton. Both skulls burst with magic. 2 more skeletons appeared. The first skeleton looked completely flabbergasted. Hercan said, "From now on, the 3 of you will fight as a unit. Get along with each other." The first skeleton looked devastated. Hercan ignored him and thought, what monsters are around this region again? "Hey guys, it's me here, the goat. Since there are 3 skeletons now, I will name the first one, Bonely. Get it? Because he's made of bones. Man, I am so funny, right? If you made it this far, then please like and subscribe." The scene shifts to Forest Bear level 25. It attacked Hercan, but he dodged it with ease, then dodged again. It charged another attack. Hercan looked surprised, then smiled, got him aggroed. Come now. A skeleton dropped from above and the bear smashed its face. The skeleton was launched 10 feet away and shattered into multiple pieces. Hercan was annoyed. "You really think such a predictable attack would work? You need to come in from his blind spot. Next skeleton, come on." The second skeleton rushed forward. It also tried to attack from above, but it was smashed into multiple pieces as well. Hercan was stunned. "What the fuck?" He yelled at the skeletons. "I told you to come from his blind spot. Why are you doing the exact same thing the previous guy did? This is so frustrating. Bonely stepped forward and struck a perfect pose. Hercon started to blush. That guy will do it. He leaped into the air. Bonely looked magnificent, but to everyone's surprise, he was decapitated too. Hercon was in disbelief. You fucking idiots. The scene shifts to all three skeletons holding their heads. Hercon sat on top of the dead bear. Do you guys even have brains? Well, I guess you really don't, but still. All right, it's fine. Just put your heads back on. Using a stick, he explained. When monsters get attacked, they naturally turn toward the direction of the attack. That's why you need to come in from the blind spot. So tell me what happens if you charge in from where they are already looking. All three of them looked confused. Never mind. Fuck. This is just pissing me off even more. It's great that my skill rank increased and I can summon 3 skeletons now, thanks to the effects of Necklace of the Corrupted Tracker. But the problem is they can't work together. They all share whatever I taught one of them before. Work together and attack. Those 4 words alone confuse them. Because they haven't learned how to fight together, they don't know how to do it. Hercan looked depressed. They cost triple the mana, but they are even worse than before. He got up. Whatever. I reached level 20 like I wanted. I guess I can't make fighting videos for a while. Everyone let's go. We are going to train until we reach Bangsu Castle. As the 3 skeletons ran behind him, he thought. And here I thought I'd be able to leave the fighting to these guys while I sit back and relax, just like a necromancer should do. I guess I can't avoid being on the front lines. Oh dear. The scene switches to Raiders Association Bangsu Castle branch. Inside, a man stood on the staircase, guarding the area while a crowd gathered below. Another man came down from where the guard was standing. The moment everyone saw him, they rushed forward. He is out. Get him. They swarmed him like zombies. What quest did you get? Tell me fast. Hercan watched the commotion. They're just like hyenas. He covered his face. Well, I guess you can find people like them anywhere. They don't even try to work hard on their own. They only want to leech off other people. He was visibly annoyed watching them. Someone called out to him. If you have any good quests, we can team up, Hercan replied. Fuck off. He walked away while the other man kept telling him to wait. Hercan thought. I can't let them find out I am doing the Ahimbrai quest. Hercan took out his letter and handed it to the guard on the stairs. I've brought a letter of recommendation from Houghton. After inspecting the letter, the guard replied. Confirmed. Please go up to the 2nd floor. The crowd rushed toward the entrance. I'm in his party. Let me go up. I'm with him too. Hercan ignored them and walked upstairs. I wonder what kind of reward Ahimbri has for me. Is it something good since it's a hidden quest? I'm going to build a long-lasting relationship with him. He stepped inside. Please excuse me. He was astonished by what he saw. Wow, it's so messy. There were hundreds, if not thousands of books scattered across the floor. Buried beneath piles of books, a voice asked. Who are you? I don't remember having any appointments today. It was a middle-aged man with a handsome yet exhausted face. Ahimbri NPC. Hercan thought. What? Has Ahimbri always been this kind of character? He stepped closer. My name is Hercan. I came with a recommendation from Houghton. Oh, you still look like a black mage trainee. I suppose you're quite skilled for your level, Hercan replied. I was just lucky. Well, it doesn't really matter as long as I get rewarded. Magic gathered beneath Ahimbri's hands. I see. Here are the promised rewards. 2 books appeared in Hercan's hands. Notification. You have received the skill book Bone Armor. You have received the skill book Madness Helm. Hercan was overjoyed. His giving me 2, and they both look super rare. Thank you so much. Ahimbri turned around. Well, then our business here is done. Notification. The teachings of Ahimbri quest has been completed. Ahimbri started walking away. Take care on your way back. Hercan started to panic. Wait, he thought. What is happening? Why did the quest end so quickly? He needs to give me the next quest. I didn't go through all this just to get a couple of skill books, he shouted. Sir, please wait. He crashed into the mountains of books. I will do anything, so please give me a quest. Ahimbri grabbed Hercan's hand. Is that so? You will do anything. Hercan was surprised that he actually stopped. With an evil expression, Ahimbri said, Thank you so much. A window popped up. Egg of the nest. Bring the egg from the nest. Reward none. What? No reward. Hercan was flabbergasted. He fucking tricked me. The scene switches to an armored man walking down the street. People behind him started gossiping. Isn't that gear like super expensive? Yeah, I think so. The man stopped right outside the place where Hercan had gone in. His expression was intimidating. That's the place where Haho Mask is. As the door shut behind Hurkan, he was completely devastated. So it's possible to get scammed by an NPC. This is unbelievable. I thought he would give me a quest related to the main quest. So what the hell is this egg quest? And there isn't even a reward. Crying out loud, he said, "Shit, do I really need to do this?" Someone questioned. Do what? A man with a crazy expression moved close to Hurkan's face. Are you doing a quest? Hurkan was surprised. Then suddenly, he was surrounded by zombie-like players. This guy got a quest. Get him. Hurkan was trapped underneath them. Damn it, I forgot about these fucking guys. What do I do? Should I just kill them? But before he could finish his thought, someone shouted, "Move." An explosion sent everyone flying away from Hurkan. Even Hurkan was surprised when he saw who it was. It was the armored man. He asked, "Do you have a moment?" "I would like to talk somewhere quiet." "Who the hell is this guy?" Hurkan replied. "Fuck off. Why would I? Please cooperate." The man moved close to his face. Mr. Haho Mask. Hurkan was surprised after hearing that name. The scene shifts to both of them standing alone in an alley. "I apologize for troubling you. I felt like we wouldn't be able to talk properly with people around us." He tapped on his watch, and the armor covering his body disappeared. Hurkan thought, judging from the gear he has to be a ranker at least. But I can't recall him from my memories. Who is he, and how does he know who I am? The man with glasses spoke. "You are Haho Mask, aren't you?" Hurkan clenched his fist. "In this situation, I need to pretend like I don't know anything." Hurkan started speaking arrogantly. "Who is this Haho Mask you've been talking about?" The man with glasses was confused. "Sorry, what?" Hurkan continued. "I followed you out here because you wanted to talk, but who the hell is Haho Mask?" The glasses man started sweating. "Didn't you get a quest just now, from an NPC named a Himbri?" Hurkan interrupted him. "Look here, who the hell are you, and why should I share information with you? Dragging me out here already pisses me off." With a smug expression, he raised both middle fingers. "Are you looking for a fight? Then put your account on the line and just kill me," he thought. "I don't know who he is, but all I need to do is pretend like I don't know anything." Looking at the man, Hurkan asked, "So, what's your next move then?" The man extended his arm and bowed. "It seems like I have made a mistake. I apologize." Hurkan didn't reply. Then he quickly shook his hand. "Haha, you're scared." Hurkan walked away shouting, "I'm only letting you slide this once. Some pathetic jerk looking for a fight." The man with glasses didn't do anything. He simply stood there. A woman appeared from the shadows. "I don't think that's him, is it?" The man replied. "One thing that is certain is that he is not a skilled player." A towel materialized in his hand. With a disgusted expression, he cleaned the other hand. If someone experienced in Warlord was careless enough to shake hands with the arm holding the watch, they wouldn't be very experienced. He threw the towel aside. She questioned, "Do we really need to keep watching around a Himbri? The corrupt count quest is almost over. Even if someone finds out now, what could they possibly do at this point?" With a cold voice, he replied, "The egg of the nest quest is the main quest. We shouldn't take unnecessary risks. Disappearing back into the shadows," she said. "Well then, I'm getting back in position." "Yeah, see you later." Above them, someone was listening to their conversation. It was Hurkan, so there were two of them. They're definitely part of an organization, since they're working together. But if they were from a regular guild, they would have made a deal after telling me who they were. They're definitely not average players, testing me like that. He walked away while looking back at the window. Just who the hell are those guys? Back in the forest, the skeletons were fighting each other while Hurkan was deep in thought. One thing is certain, though. There is something more to the nest egg quest I received. They probably saw my video. They knew that Haho Mask would receive the quest from a Himbri. Since they let me go so easily, they don't really care who Haho Mask is. I don't know what's going on with this quest, but if I continue with it like this, I'm bound to keep running into them. I can't even upload videos for a while if I want to avoid them. Why do crazy people keep ruining my life? Che Solyan. That woman alone is already too much for me to handle. The scene shifts to Che coming out of the Varda pod. A guard approached her with a bottle of water. "Good work, ma'am." Her name was Park Suji, Che Solyan's secretary. "How was the guild entrance exam?" Che snatched the water bottle from her hand. The entrance was filled with trash participants. She was furious. How could not a single one of them be useful? Fucking pieces of trash. Suji trembled. Is she always this scary? Any updates on the Haho mask I mentioned last time? Suji answered. The person who uploaded the video. They seem to have entered another guild since they haven't responded yet. After hearing that, Che crushed the bottle in her hand. With an agonized expression, she asked, "What do you mean another guild?" Suji was terrified. "I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake." Che walked away. "Come back when you know for certain." She started undressing. "What did the president say?" Suji replied. "He hasn't said anything yet. He's not saying anything because Warlord is doing so well." She stepped out, looking magnificent. He tried to forcefully arrange a marriage when I first told him about playing this game. Suji blushed while looking at her. "Wow, she has such an amazing body," Che said. "Get a new set of applicants and report back to me by tomorrow morning." Suji was speechless. To tomorrow morning. That's not possible. But Che had already left. She has such a bad personality. The scene switches back to Hercon. It's been a while since I last came here. The Lizard Swamp. Ahimbri is currently in Bangsu Castle, so the quest should be around this region. Since the quest was related to finding an egg, it has to be either a bird, reptile, or insect-type monster. And narrowing it down to places I could go with my current level, this Lizard Swamp was the only place. Hercan opened his skill window. "Come here." The monsters here are high level, so I should probably use the enhancement skill I learned last time. A window appeared. Madness Helm. Mastery F. How to use. Draw an engraving on the target's head and cast a spell to activate. I need to draw an engraving and cast the spell. "Okay," he chanted. "Helm on." The skeletons turned red and exploded with magical energy. Hercon became excited after seeing their transformation. "This is sick. They even have horns now. Okay, we need to test it. Come attack me." But there was something he forgot to read. Special notes. There is a chance the summon loses its sanity. Well, guys, that's the end of this recap, and trust me, things get way more intense in the upcoming chapters. If you want to see what happens next, let me know in the comments, and I will be sure to deliver it to you as fast as possible. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.